Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another edition of the Ultra Confusion Thursday Night Hangout. I, of course, am your host, Charlie, and I'm joined once again by the prolific commenter himself, Zealeus.
Yo!
Yes!
What's up, man?
Games!
What are games? What are these things that are games that you play with your mouse?
See, you seem to know more than you're letting on, because you know that some games require a mouse.
Damn it, you're on to me.
Yes!
I can't get nothing by you.
I know.
It's not cool, man.
As per ritual, and I know that hopefully our good friend who's already in the chat room is back by now, I have to pour my elixir so I can make it through this amazing journey.
True or false? Charlie would make it through this adventure without his double doos.
False. He will not make it.
What would happen if you do not have your double do? Would you just melt into nothing, into the abyss?
I would have to find some other type of caffeinated sustenance in order to make sure that I am pumped for this show. Not that you guys are boring or he's boring.
I see how it is. So also, myself and the adoring audience who watches this, we're not enough to pump Charlie up. He needs further substances to get him going.
See, the deal is,
it's like a bad habit.
You went super pumped, Charlie.
No, this is bad. I think you got issues, man. I think you need to go see somebody about this.
I know.
I think perhaps we need to talk to a dietitian about your diet needs.
Whatever.
This is bad, man.
Hey, look. At least they are diet.
That does not instill any confidence whatsoever in the health factor. I'm sorry.
Come on, dude. It's got 0 calories per can. I'm rocking it.
I'm not sure that actually helps the health factor, dude.
Double 0 calories.
Double the sugar factor. Oh, my God.
That's what makes me awesomely cool. Okay.
Someone begs to differ, but I'm not going to say who.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let us get right into it, okay? There's a couple of games that Ultra Confusion's caught wind of that we need to tell you about. The first, of course, is a game called Anna's Quest. Anna's Quest is developed, I can't remember the developer off the top of my head, but I know that the publisher is, of course, our buddy friend, Data Lake Entertainment, the publisher from overseas in Europe. They sure
pump out games.
Well, they've become a publishing house. I mean, it's really what it's boiled down to. So Anna's Quest is out. It's a fairy tale. It's got some dark humor in there. Pretty cool stuff. You get some dark magic and all that stuff, and of course, point-click adventure.
But you might corrupt the children with the black magic, man. Don't you know that it's corruptible and then they become
I'm teaching my kid Dungeons and Dragons, okay? I think that Anna's Quest is...
Once you start drawing the pentagrams, man, then I'm going to be worried.
As long as they're not upside down, I have no problem.
Now, make sure you draw the pentagram, and then you have to sit in the middle and have the candles on all 5 points to bring a fire around it.
All right, Slick. Calm down. Okay, another thing that Ultra Confusion, we have been talking to Mad Finger Games, the creator of basically the Shadowgun series, and oh my God, there was a zombie game, Dead Trigger. They created a multiplayer only Shadowgun game called Dead Zone, and they made the executive decision that they were going to allow for regular consumer content to be mods to be introduced into the game. We're talking weapons, we're talking skins, we're talking all that stuff. The Game Master's kit is now out. You do it on your PC. It requires Unity 5.1, and it looks like you could do quite a lot of stuff. Now, of course, what they really want to do is something a little bit more complex, but this is kind of a test run for what they're ultimately going to do. So if you're interested in a first-person shooter, I have it for my tablet. Shadowgun, I've got it for my tablet. You get on the PC, you can get a version on the Ouya, but I'm pretty sure it's not Dead Zone. So unfortunately, you're going to miss on that.
Now, these mods, do they work just on the PC, or are they going to work on your mobile device also?
I think it's going to work throughout the game system. So I don't think it's going to be platform specific.
That'd be pretty rad.
It would be. It would be. So check it out if you want to. We have the link on alteredconfusion.com. Just look for Shadowgun Game Master Kit is now out. A little bit ago, Zealeus and I had the amazing chance to interview the two founders behind Rogue Rocket Games, the developers behind, at the time, iPad-only game called Gunpowder. Now, they had since tried to put they tried to do the green light to get on the PC. And I have amazing, awesome news for you.
Awesome news.
It is now out for the PC. So you too can now play the part of the reluctant hero, I believe his name is Incendio, as you try to take on Boss Grimshaw, that nasty, basically the equivalent of the sheriff of Nottingham, who has stolen all the money, and it is your job to blow up the safes, the piggy banks, and a bunch of other stuff to allow the poor citizens of the West to get their money back. At the time that we did the interview, I believe they were up to 105 levels. So they probably have at least that, maybe a little bit more. All I know is that Gunpowder definitely looks like a game that will translate very well onto the PC, as it was really, it was basically tap and drag type of gameplay.
See, my problem I always have on puzzle games is after, because the difficulty inevitably ramps up, which isn't a bad thing, but I get frustrated very easily in puzzle games. I'm not one of those people who's going to work through the puzzle and meld my mind and use my superior brain knowledge to beat a video game. So when it comes to puzzle games, I just suck at them and they frustrate me, unfortunately. But that's just in general puzzle games, and my mind just don't really work because you always get to that point in the game where it's just hard and frustrating to me, and then I just feel dumb, and then I want to go drink more alcohol, and it's just a downward spiral.
Look, I'm not by any shape or form, I am not an amazing puzzle game player. But I will tell you this, Gunpowder, from my experience, if you're trying to be a perfectionist, a completist, you're trying to basically beat every little bitty thing in every single puzzle, you will go freaking insane. It's
more so insane than already?
Yes.
Oh,
it requires yes, okay.
See? Now you will be more insane to play the insanity.
1 second. So, all I'm saying is that I got pretty far in the game without, being the super awesome dude in every single level. Yes. Was it challenging? Absolutely. Did I have to play a couple levels over again? Absolutely. But at the same time, it was a solid enough game that I was interested to see how... the thing is, when you put explosions into a game, where you get to blow stuff up and see fun things go boom!
See, do it in video games, and don't be an NFL player throwing up fireworks and ruining your career. Do it in a video game. It's much safer.
No. If they had thrown the fireworks, that probably would have been fine. The problem is they were holding on to the fireworks.
Oh, my. See, now, if they played video games, they would know...
Their career would be ruined.
No, see, they'd be fine. If they played video games...
No, their career would be ruined. One dude's missing 2 fingers. One dude's missing 1.
Can I finish my thought?
Keep going.
If they played video games, their career would not be ruined because they would know that you throw the explosion, you don't hold it in your hand.
Who's to say that they are competent video game players?
Okay, even like the first level would teach you such a small level of intelligence that you stay away from the fire.
All I'm saying is these individuals could be the type of individuals that find a way to bounce a plasma grenade off a wall and onto their head and then run into the middle of their group and massacre everyone.
Okay, I guess there's one in every team. Hey, you may have a point there.
So anyway, yeah. Thanks, Zealeus.
Hey, I'm just trying to watch out for potential NFL stars such as myself. Potential career, man. I still have it in me.
Okay.
Yeah.
I want to show a quick video.
We got talent with plasma grenades. That's what we do.
No, it's not plasma grenades. I promise you, it's not plasma grenades.
Well, it wasn't the game I played. Whoa! I hear music. I don't know what we're watching.
All right. So this is just a teaser trail. Yes, it does take talent. This is just a teaser trailer for a game called Nova Blitz. It is a collectible card game, but here is the crazy ass twist. Now, of course, you still have to have energy to do moves, so it's not like infinite moves. It's real time.
Real time. Okay.
So, without further ado, 1 second. Let me just throw this up here. Hopefully.
I'm still waiting for the ado. The ado. Where's my French?
Oh God, you don't want me to say French stuff.
You really, really don't want me to say French stuff.
Well, I know I don't want you to say French stuff. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. Bum, 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 bum. Here we go. 3, 2, 1.
Blast off!
So it looks like there is a status bar there. So it's not like everything happens. Wow, that was really quick.
The status bar looked like it was something straight out of Knights of the Old Republic. Like the MMO, like it looked like it was like the energy bar straight out of there. That's what I saw.
Okay, so real quick, that was let me just turn this up. Okay, that was Nova Blitz. It is created by. I don't want to screw this up. I just had it. Actually, you know what? I'll just go to the. Okay, if you want to, you can go to the. You can actually download the alpha right now. It is for a game. Or sorry, damn it. The company. If I can actually get to it.
I wonder, can you get to it?
Apparently not, because I'm stupid.
Well, I'm not saying
it.
Charlie, you are not a stupid man. You are an extremely intelligent video game player who can beat puzzle games.
That's right. Stroke my ego.
I ain't stroking nothing.
There we go.
Really? Yeah. Do you need your eyes checked while you're at it?
Maybe.
I think it's like size 800 font.
Dragon Foundry. Dragon Foundry has created a game called Nova Blitz. It's a collectible card game.
That sounds like a great death metal band name.
I know, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So it has created a collectible card game called Nova Blitz, where you are going to have no mana screw, which basically means the shuffler ensures that the players don't get mana screwed. Simultaneous turns, so there's no waiting on the opponent. It's not like you choose a card and then you have to wait for the dude to do something. Real-time play. Think on your feet and react to your opponent in real time. Quick games. Each game takes less than 5 minutes to play. Which means that you could play an entire tournament in a single night.
So it's speedy like Hearthstone. I'm just saying, Hearthstone games typically are not very long. They're like the opposite of Magic the Gathering, where Magic is lengthy games.
So the thing about Hearthstone and between Hearthstone and Magic the Gathering is that Hearthstone does have a counter that goes down, right? You only have a certain amount of time before your turn ends.
I don't know if there's actually a timer.
There's a fuse that
in Hearthstone.
Yeah.
Well, it shouldn't take you that long to figure out your damn turn, anyways.
Yeah, you'd be surprised. People are like, I'm over-strategizing. I need to do this. No, I need to do that. Like that commercial where you had the knight who was running up to the ogre and then getting thrown back because the guy was being indecisive.
I don't watch commercials.
Moral of the story is don't be indecisive when you play a collectible card game. Just go with your gut instinct and get it over with.
That's like playing chess, man. Just play what you want to. Don't think about your strategy or your knight rook.
Well, actually, that is a strategy, to play as fast as possible because it throws off your opponent.
Unless you have, a mature opponent who won't be thrown off by such a petty strategy.
That's why you kick him in the groin.
Well, yes, that's like
full contact chess.
That's what I'm talking about. It could be like straight out of the first Harry Potter. That's what we need to do.
That's wizard chess, dude. That's something totally different.
Well, there's still contact in wizard chess, man. You just might die. No big deal.
No big deal at all. I mean,
but if we had real wizards, it'd be so much cooler too.
It would. It would. Okay.
Unless we do, we just don't know.
We probably do, and we're probably just not privy to it. Okay, the last game that I want to talk about real quick that is coming out for your tablet, that of course is coming on your Android tablet and your iPad. That is Gabriel Knight, Sins of the Father 20th Anniversary Edition.
Tablets haven't been around for 20 years, bro.
This is crazy to me, okay? Because I can actually remember Gabriel Knight on the PC, like when Sierra was like the top dog, when they had the King's Quest, the Space Quest, the Police Quest. No, Quest for Fire was something. Quest for Glory was something else. That's another company. Was it?
I didn't play the adventure type of games like that. They just didn't do it for me.
Whatever.
Hey,
You're missing out, man. There were some amazing games back then.
Right.
I never played any Gabriel Knights though. Though I did play the Gabriel Knight 20th Anniversary Edition for the PC. and I had to stop.
What?
Well, it's because there was a huge bug in the game that would not allow it. Because in a lot of the point-click adventure games that are kind of like quest-oriented, it's you basically are segmented by days. And what happened was there was a glitch that wouldn't allow you to get past a certain day, even if you have done everything to warrant the move to the next day.
That's unfortunate.
Indeed, it is. It is greatly unfortunate, and I'm saddened.
I feel aggrieved, and I haven't even played the game yet. That's how terrible I feel about it. Which means I probably won't play it.
All right, so Zealeus and I were talking about a topic before the show, and we're going to bring it up again. The creator behind Mega Man, who of course has now spun off and done his own thing. Mighty Hero 6, I believe, is the name of his game that he got kickstarted. He came out and said that he thinks it's about damn time that we start looking towards games that have like story, to not only have the game come out, but also have like a companion movie that's set in that universe come out near the release of that game. Now, as I stated to Zealeus before this, that sounds phenomenally awesome, but I'm also scared to death because you're kind of hitching your fate to one another. So if the game sucks, then no one's going to really know about the universe that movie's going to be set in. So not as many people are going to be interested in that movie, and vice versa. If the movie sucks, and so you're like, well, this seemed really boring. How are they? I mean, I guess they could improve on the game piece, but you're going to lose a lot of people that way. What are your thoughts?
Okay, two thoughts. First off, we already see this. Guess what? You see the big, blockbusters come out, and guess what? You always see, yes, they're not AAA titles, but you always see, especially like Facebook games and mobile games that come out, like when Avengers came out, or when you saw the Godzilla came out, they basically take crappy games that already exist and basically reskin it with that game, which I'm probably not what he's talking about, but still.
No. I'm not talking about making shit-tastic brand poo-poo on a platter.
Okay, but going to what he's probably wanting is...
I want an amazing experience on both.
No, I don't think it's necessary whatsoever. One of the beautiful things... Okay, when you look at the best... I'm saying single-player for the moment. Okay. When you look at the most phenomenal single-player games... Yep. Especially of this generation.
Yep.
What is probably the #1 takeaway people have from those phenomenal games?
I love the story.
Yes. I mean, even me, the one who just wants to go in and hack, slash, and kill things.
Oh, I'm sorry. Are you still talking? Are you still talking?
Die already!
Tell me. Just give me the reticle back. Can I shoot you in the face? Come on. You still talking? Option 2. Sure. Why not? Does that get me to kill people? No.
Pretty much that's how I play my video games. Yes. But even my favorite video games of all time, it's because of the storyline. So I look at a video game that has a phenomenal storyline, I don't need a movie to go with it. Because guess what? Chances are, I'm not going to say chances are, the reality is you can create a much more immersive and better storyline in a video game than you ever can in a movie. So when I look at that, I see no reason to have a movie companion when I can already be fully immersed in that storyline per the video game, where more than likely I'm making choices that influence the video game. So how are you going to take a massive let's just throw out Mass Effect, where the decisions I make in that video game radically can change the outcome of what happens in the storyline. So I don't want a movie about that.
Because it's not the same storyline.
Exactly. So how do you make a movie about that when it's supposed to match up with it?
You're setting the movie in the universe of the game. You're doing a parallel story. God, if you try... I mean...
I'm not convinced.
You look at Tomb Raider, okay? They whatever. They did whatever.
Hey, those were good movies.
Yes.
Hey.
Certain aspects of them.
You have to take them. Okay. Yeah, it's Tomb Raider with Angelina Jolie. Yep, whatever her name is. You have to take it. Jolie, yeah. You have to take it for what it is. You're not expecting some deep thought movie, that has multiple plot lines.
I want a female Indiana Jones.
That's what she was. Only better looking.
I don't know. Depending on who's watching this video, they may disagree, because some people might think that Harrison Ford back in the day was much more attractive.
Well, okay, I'll say Harrison Ford back in the day was a stud. There's no denying this fact.
Now he's kind of creepy.
All he does, he just has like that like slight off smile slide. Smile is all he does.
Yeah, that's weird.
And he tries to be funny and it doesn't work.
Look, if it was possible, because there are definitely some games that I want to have a little bit, like, you know, you interact with, I mean, this is why you have, there's certain games out there that have spin-offs that basically take one of the minor characters and create their own story.
Yeah, true.
Or you can, because my wife is a huge fan of a certain book series that will remain nameless, so don't say it, Zealeus.
I can make one up.
Yeah, I know you can. Okay, we'll just do super fabulous, awesome, sweaty dudes. And
no, we're not.
all right, fine. We're doing okay, here we go. It'd be like Little Red Riding Hood.
Okay.
That whole story.
That's safe.
And then you come out with the Big Bad Wolf story. That basically you know,
we already have though. Here's the dumb thing is, a lot of these for successful video games, guess what we already have to fill that void? Novels, books. So guess what? You already have.
I'm going to be totally honest.
You already have a way to fill that creative void.
Hey,
crappy.
I hate to bring it to you, Zealeus. Where the hell did it go?
I don't know.
Oh, there it is over here. This generation.
Apparently, I'm about to be showing up.
This generation is not really understanding what the hell this is. What is this? What is
I actually okay.
What is this?
Okay. Also, I'm not going to necessarily agree with that point because I'm not seeing anything to show that the upcoming generation still does not enjoy reading or will read.
I think that if you gave them the option to either read words or watch something where they don't have to do anything, they would watch it.
Okay, to be fair, I don't think that's a generational thing. I think that's just people in general from a large standpoint.
The social media.
Yeah, I think but I still think that there's definitely people still enjoy reading books, myself included. So we want to talk.
You're old though.
Shut up, man. I'm older than you.
No, you're not.
I know. That's because I'm not. Wait, shut up.
Ladies and gentlemen, by the way, at any time you can chime in on the chat room. We are keeping an eye on the chat window, so if you have any thoughts, comments, concerns, or questions for us, you can just throw it at us, and we will definitely go off on a tangent.
Please tell us how we're wrong, or how I'm right, because really, I usually
personally, I'd prefer the movie. Boom! Yes! That's what I'm talking about!
Okay.
You're my new friend.
Okay, so, Angelus and Berta, who I no longer like, let's take this a step further, okay? We're talking about movies. Okay. Here's, I think, the second issue that I see with this.
Don't try to take the path of the book can contain more information.
No. I'm getting off my book high horse.
Okay.
I'm imagining books don't exist for the moment.
All right, go.
Which would be a sad world to live in.
It is.
But anyways,
we're getting there.
One of the things that usually the issue with a lot of movies adapted from video games is they suck. That's just the reality. Not a lot of them. There's just something about that happens. So now we want to create this, this parallel path of let's have a video game and a movie. And chances are one of them is going to suck.
I'm looking at more along the lines of what Marvel has done with the recent Marvel movies. I'm not saying that you get a game and then you let Hollywood bastardize the shit out of it.
But that's what happens.
No, but he's not. But the guy is not asking for that. He wants the dudes that are helping make this game and the whole universe backstory and stuff be able to transfer that not only to the game but also to a movie format where individuals can experience a more complete experience of
so you're
that
saying
world.
Like EA should create EA Studios.
Okay. If it made them a lot of money, yes. But but EA is a different story. Let's say
because you also have to figure what publishers have big enough clout and monetary reserves to actually pull something off like this.
Let's say Blizzard and Blizzard Studios.
Which doesn't really exist.
I'm just saying, let's say that you took
okay, you know what
Diablo 2.
You know what everybody wants to see? Is a Blizzard CGI movie.
Yes.
That's what everybody wants to see.
Yes.
Oh, I think most people do. Because you look at, Blizzard CGI work is freaking phenomenal.
Yes, I would love to see it. I would love to see a Blizzard CGI movie. I really wish there was one. I don't understand why they just haven't, sucked it up and made one and gone the Square Enix route.
But they are doing
because when Square Enix tried to do Final Fantasy Spirits Within, people were like, oh, God, this is so boring. This shouldn't be called Final Fantasy. So don't misbrand it.
I thought it was pretty entertaining.
I'm also seeing it from the perspective of also seeing like an animated CGI series that exists in the same universe as the game world. So, ooh, that's interesting. Well, I mean, that's like Dot Hack. Dot Hack has the game, and then and the game is you logging into the world, and then you have an anime series that's based around individuals logging into the world and having adventures within the same universe. Now, sometimes your character might interface with a character from the anime series, but it's not really going to change one or the other.
Fair enough.
Thank you.
Good point. I will accept it. You're back on my friend list.
There you go. But then again, anime and video games, they usually get it right. Unless, of course, we're talking about Afro Samurai. They did that wrong. Well, actually, oh God.
I think I watched the first season of Afro Samurai when I was on TV.
Oh, no, Afro Samurai, the series, great.
So
the video game, oh, dear Jesus.
Yeah, that's why I'm just not convinced that this is a good idea. I don't see the reason for it.
Look, I think that if you do... You got to have the same team. You really have to have individuals from all different sections. If you got a game, you need the storytellers, the writers of the game who understand the universe to be working on the series.
Okay, so for video games being made into a movie, what is like your dream? This video game needs to be made into a movie.
I wouldn't mind seeing one of the Uncharted's.
Okay.
I wouldn't mind seeing one of either Dead Space 1 or Dead Space 2, not 3, because let's take all the scary out to give it to a broader audience. So the first two games, scary as shit, by the way, if you're playing at night. Actually, you know what? Condemned, the first one. Not the second one, but Condemned, the first one. That game scared me so much when I was living by myself in my apartment in Orlando that literally, if I played for too long, I had to turn on every single light in my apartment to make sure someone wasn't going to bust through a wall and beat me over the head with a piece of rebar.
Nice.
I want to see that. I'm trying to think if there was...
you know what I want to see?
What?
I want to see a Mass Effect HBO series.
Yes. Yes, that would be nice.
That's what I could see being drawn out into an actual television series. But it has to,
they've got so much depth. They got so much depth.
There's a lot of lore and different storylines. You have all the different characters doing all the crazy things.
All the different races. I mean, it's all already established, and you can basically make up as long as you understand where it starts, or basically, hell, you can start way back in time, but you basically have to cut it off before Shepard does whatever he does.
I want to see a freaking Reaper on TV.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, let's do it. I mean, shit, yeah.
Let's do it, man. Let's go make a movie.
Speaking of movies. Well, this is actually gonna be a web series. Penny Arcade, which Zealeus and I used to go to Penny Arcade Expo in Boston. We went to the East one, which is
good times
in Boston. Penny Arcade has always dabbled in a little bit of this, a little bit of that outside of their main comic. And usually they do the dabbling, and if it seems cool, they kind of hand it off to a different organization or a different team within their company to basically gestate it, to make it the real deal.
It's like having a baby.
So one of their, they did a like a board game type thing. I don't remember the name of it. I'll have to look it up. I want to say Thornwatch, but I could be wrong about that. They also had this this short-run side project comic called Automata. And I really like it, and I always wanted more of it. And now I know why there hasn't been more of it, because they've been working with a group that's actually been the video guys behind Penny Arcade the series, Strip Search, which was their kind of they got a bunch of different web comics together, and then they put them against challenges and stuff like that. That team is making a live action Automata series. It's going to be 5 episodes. If you're interested, go over to Kickstarter, or you can just go to Penny Arcade, and they'll give you all the information. I'm really interested in it, but of course I have given my pledge that I'm not kickstarting anything until at least end of the year.
Which year?
This year.
2015.
2015.
Like the fiscal year? So like the end of
Oh, dear Jesus, dude. Just the end of the year. When it no longer says 2015, I'll think about perhaps kickstarting another thing.
What if you read a book that's set like in 2016?
What? Look.
I'm just trying to be creative for you. I know how much you like to kickstart.
I haven't kickstarted in like 6 months, okay?
Are you getting the shakes?
I am getting the shakes, man.
I just noticed your shirt. That's really funny.
Steady as a rock. Yeah, but this is my shoe man. Sorry, Blazing Saddles reference for anyone out there who watches that stuff. Mel Brooks for the win. Shit, I was going to say something else.
You always are.
I know. Isn't that always the case?
That's what you're here for, man.
Yeah, man, yeah.
You're the rambler, man. You got the ideas. You got the brain power. You got the thought process.
Yes. Yeah.
That have to do with, video game stuff.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
I didn't see a whole lot of exciting news this week. Going to be honest.
Well, I mean, we're basically in the dead zone right now. I mean, San Diego Comic-Con is just about to start, I think. Well, yeah. So like some exciting stuff's going to come out of that. E3's already happened. So a bunch of the humongous releases.
Okay. Did you see that somebody apparently found in their attic the original Nintendo PlayStation?
Yes.
Which I saw that because it was kind of because earlier that week I was like reading like a random article about that.
They were so close to making that a reality.
Because actually, I posted I think about 2 weeks ago. I posted like the video game history timeline, and I didn't know about that. Like I didn't know about this whole Nintendo PlayStation thing. So reading through, I was like, "Oh, this is really cool. I never heard of that." Yeah. And then like a week later, it's like we have unearthed the actual prototype of the Nintendo PlayStation. And how video game history would have been changed if that had happened.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Instead, we got where we are, which is fine.
Yeah.
But it's just, I mean, Nintendo and Sony and that together, that's a scary thought.
Well,
I mean, at the time it would have made sense, but then it didn't work out, so whatever. I don't know.
Yeah. There was once upon a time where video games made sense. No, I'm just kidding. Well,
back when my forefathers stepped on the Mayflower and pulled out their beads.
God, you are old.
I got gray hair, man.
Okay, so let me talk about a couple. One game that I think that everyone needs to check out if you like RPGs, cyberpunk-ish RPGs. It's a side-scroller type of game. It's called Dex. I actually really enjoyed it. It's by Dreadlocks Limited, which is a really weird, I don't know.
Reggae, man. Let's go rock it.
Reggae.
Whatever, man. I got reggae.
Yeah, there you go. I liked the game. It had its moments where I was kind of like, I don't know. I wish there was more hacking. There's like a hacking component to the game where you get to hack into a system, and it's kind of a dual joystick shooter.
Okay.
So in Dex you get skill points that you can then put into different skills or attributes that allow you to play the game the way you want to. One of them is the hacker. One's for melee. One's for ranged weapons. One's for charisma. One's for bartering. I think there's another, I can't remember what the other one is. But basically I put everything into hacking. So that was where I wanted to put my focus, but there just wasn't as many things to hack. And
I've read, because I read a little bit online on the game because it sounded interesting. It sounded like one of the potential problems with that strategy is, so some games, like say Deus Ex, they can get all into like hacking and like stealth and still be just fine in the game. But it sounded like Dex was one of those games where if you were all just say charisma and hacking, there were some parts of the game that made it butt balls hard because you didn't have the melee or range skills.
Well, I don't want to give much of the game away, but I'll tell you this: you have to invest in guns and melee if you want to beat the game, because the hacker, all that shit, does nothing at the end of the game. Nothing.
Which to me is silly.
They literally threw, like, here you are, you're going through the entire game, you're collecting items. You've got your personalized gun, your hacking systems, and at the very end, you basically are given specific stuff, and there's no hacking. It's just survive through this Peace.
Did you still beat it?
Yeah, I did.
There you go. Of course, man. You're the video game master.
Gonna be honest, I just basically jumped over everyone, or try to run past everyone as fast as possible, and I get to the next room. Yeah.
Nice.
You can do that.
Speed run.
Speed run through that part of the game.
It was like corpse runs in World of Warcraft.
Okay, so I got a question for you, and for the audience as well. If you have a game that is on the PC that is definitely hinges on dialogue.
Okay.
Do you need voice acting?
No.
Like, basically the entire thing is dialogue and then choices.
No.
Oh dear God, I need it. I need it because I'm just like, okay. It's like, Johnny, I need you to do this for me. What do you need me to do? I need you to go take out the trash. I can't do it right now. Please, I need you to do this.
That's how I feel about voice acting, is with the noises you're making. That's how I feel about having voice acting. Like, I can pretty much get the gist of the conversation, press skip the damn conversation.
No. See, this one is one of those things that if you make the wrong choice, you'll kill everyone.
Well,
so
I'm fine with that.
Attention. No, you're not fine with that. You need, because it's episodic. You want to get to the next episode.
Why do you want to get to the next episode?
Because you want to. By the way, the name of the game is called The Detail. I am doing a playthrough, and I was voicing the actors for like 30 minutes, and I just said, fuck it, and then I just read the rest of the dialogue.
Maybe you should have like made this voice acting, like submitted it to the developer. Be like, hey, I think you should use this. But no, I know you and I differ on this one, obviously, but voice acting is one of those things. Okay, rare exceptions aside, such as Michael Douglas's performance in Mass Effect as the illustrious man. No, it's not illustrious.
The elusive.
The elusive man. To me, like, that's one of my favorite things in a video game is him being the elusive man. He just gave it that extra little something in his voice.
By the
acting.
way, that's not Michael Douglas.
Who is it?
That's Martin Sheen.
Whatever. What are those old guys?
They're all the same, and they're old. So
Old guy. That old guy gave that extra little special pizzazz. But in certain cases like that aside, voice acting I don't really care too much about.
Look. The thing is, if it is just dialogue for the sake of dialogue, just to kind of give you a filler, I'm okay with that being voiced. But when the game hinges solely on dialogue and the choices therein, there needs to be voice dialogue. Or the actual voice. Okay. Now, of course, I did play a game recently. It's not really a game. It's more of like a virtual novel where you get to pick and choose your choices as you go through. The game's called Seraphina's Crown. Mm-hmm. Seraphina's Crown.
Oh, yeah.
The sequel to Seraphina's Saga. Seraphina's Crown has, like, the most important dialogue is actually voiced. Okay. The rest of the dialogue you read, but they like, every single character has their catchphrase, and it sometimes it doesn't make any sense. Like some guys like, well, I'll never, and it's like, and then if you were to just like, if you were to add that to the rest of the dialogue, it just contradicted whatever the hell he's doing. Speaking of Seraphina's Crown, they do have an interesting debate system that's built into there, where you get. Basically, to help steer the story, you have to successfully debate against all these different individuals. The problem is that it's like, do you imprison this guy? Do you execute him? Do you set him free? And then you select one. And that's it for really the arguments. Then it's just a numbers game. And then if you get the higher number, you're like, yeah, I knew that you would contradict yourself. And you're like, what? What did he say? You don't know. And it's like the next round. It's like, oh, okay, you got the highest number again. Haha, I knew that I would do it because of my bloodline. I'm like, do what? What did you do? What? Where are we going?
It sounds almost like a book that's like has like random paragraphs missing.
It'd be like you have a decisive battle between the Black Knight and the White Knight, okay? And all of a sudden you start clashing swords, and the Black Knight's like, I have to save the kingdom, and the White Knight's like, okay, let's do it. And then it's like, then the rest of the dialogue is the Black Knight's like, yes, that's right, I am in the right, and the White Knight goes, ha ha, I got you there. What? I'm just saying. Some you know.
Something ain't right.
Look, I will fully admit that I am partial to both. It's just the way that my mind processes. I want to hear the actor, and I also want to read what the actor is saying. Hello, Mr. Humphreys. How's your pizza? I feel like voice acting adds a lot of those types of games, but I've definitely enjoyed ones without voice acting. Here's my deal. Like I said, if it's just kind of you know, there's definitely some plot points in the dialogue, but it's not voice acted. I'm okay with that. But the thing that kind of ticks me off is when you have those games that have like some voice acted dialogue, and then other times where you, as the gamer, you feel that this is an important thing, but it's just text on the screen.
Final Fantasy 14 does that a lot. In the quest,
I think
even like the main storyline, like the main characters will like almost like randomly have like the text. And other times, boom, they'll just have like everything.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes I do wonder, like, okay, why did they choose to have this person do the voice acting like 30 seconds ago, and now they decided they're not going to do voice acting? It's like the same conversation.
Oh yeah.
I do get that sometimes.
Actually, I can't remember what. There was an RPG. It was a Japanese RPG out there that literally you would start the cutscene, and there would be voice acting, right? Mm-hmm. And all of a sudden, dialogue windows would open up during the cutscene. Okay, no voice acting. And you didn't have subtitles up to this point. It's just like, oh, we just wanted to get things rolling, and now you can read for yourself.
Nice.
Like, what? That's just me, though.
They're just getting you going, man. They're giving you a
Apparently.
I think you just need to be a game developer, yo, and tell people how to do their voice acting. You just become a voice acting coach for video games.
Look, here's the deal. In the perfect world, Ultra Confusion... Man, I can't even
Okay, maybe you should be a voice actor.
Woo! I need more Mountain Dew!
Or less. I'm just saying.
Look, here's the deal. I would rather have no voice acting than bad voice acting. Cough, cough. Gabriel Knight, cough, cough. Okay, yes. Oh my God, yes. I totally blocked that out. But yes, you are right. The voice acting in Gabriel Knight is bad. It's really bad. It's not like really bad, but it's pretty bad. Some of the voices are pretty bad. The thing is, you know, if you're going to voice act, have someone who actually wants to voice the character, you know.
I'll voice your character.
You know, it's like, a pivotal scene where it's like, yes, we got the victory, versus, yes, we have the victory. You're just like, wow, yeah, I'm so pumped to do this now. Woohoo! Damn it!
Apparently they need to drink more Mountain Dew. That's the problem.
I know!
Mountain Dew for everybody!
In a perfect world, Ultra Confusion would have basically their hands and fingers and toes and nose and whatever else in like a bajillion different pots. I would love to help with video game development, QAing, voice acting, level design, storyboarding, and then also do the reviews. But the thing is, I'm only one man.
You are one man,
yes.
But you're such a man.
Thank you. I think. All right, let's go. But yeah, I was playing a game recently called Detour, and I ripped.
I was not impressed from the little bit I saw.
Look,
because of the controls.
Okay, so yes, the controls are just absolutely abysmal. But the funny thing is, okay, so with the voice acting, they decided to go with like the Simsian type of approach. But the funny thing is, that voice, that audio file, or wave file, or whatever, it only plays on the first of what could be 8 different dialogue bubbles. So I ask you, if you're just going to use a gibberish, why not gibberish the entire thing?
Because you want to hear gibberish for 8 minutes while you're reading the text dialogue boxes?
But it's not. Then why do it in the first place?
to give you that immersive feeling in the video game.
I'm not. Well, okay. First of all, let's be honest right now. Detour, I'm never truly immersed because I'm always worried about.
I was trying, man.
I've got to deal with this terrible interface again.
I thought it was really the controls that were terrible.
Well, the controls, which you have to interact with.
Okay.
Yes, that's how Legend of Zelda dialogue works. Yes, you're right. How do you feel?
Great.
How do you feel? I mean, we've really gone down this like voice acting thing, so let's keep going. Let's just keep going. How do you feel about the silent hero, where everyone's talking around you, but your character never says a word?
You mean like every MMO ever?
Yeah, basically.
Which always ticks me off because so many MMOs, you're like the central character. You end up being like the central protagonist character. And nobody ever says a damn thing to you, and you never actually say anything. Like, there's exceptions, yes.
Well, I wonder.
But so many games, you're like, you just sit there. And that actually does really annoy me when, as the protagonist, you never actually say a damn word.
I wonder
or
if
it might
that's,
be like, ...
I wonder if that is only because, especially in an MMO, because you're basically it's a personification of you, that if they were to try to put a voice to it, that would take you out of the game because you're like, well, that's not really my.
No, it works in video games. There are some MMOs where they do it. So they can do it. Like Warcraft doesn't do it at all, for instance. There's no immersion whatsoever. Basically, a good analogy I heard is...
Lotro doesn't do it either.
So you have World of Warcraft where you have Thrall, who's like one of the heroes of it. In Final Fantasy XIV, you are Thrall. You are the hero. You're the Mac Daddy who saves the world from shit.
All right, Mr. Humphreys, just tell us the obvious game. Come on. Let's do this. Seriously.
Just tell us. We're waiting. Eager anticipation.
Zealeus needs your help. He is
help me
but a lost sheep.
I'm stretching here, man. I'm trying, and I'm floundering like a turned-over turtle. Give me an assist here.
I'm not really a fan of silent protagonists, but I give a pass to Half-Life 2. That's true. Gordon Freeman never says a damn thing.
It can work. Absolutely.
It can.
Yeah,
absolutely. But there are certain times where when you have so much dialogue going around you that you're just like...
You're the silent bystander. It's almost like being in a movie where, you're usually have some portal into that movie or television series through a certain character. And with the video game, it's kind of the same. Oh, dear God. Jesus.
Halftime! Keep going.
You got issues, bro. You got issues.
Keep going.
So, yeah, kind of same thing. Video games can do that where they have that way of immersing you in through that character. But, yeah, it just depends on the video game. And as with most video games, it's not just the voice acting makes or breaks it. It's how the voice acting work in correlation, in concert with the other elements of the video game.
I agree.
So it all kind of works together in one cohesive, massive unit of four Mountain Dews to make us whole on the inside with sugary outpourings at night.
I'm also Okay, Mr. Humphrey says, I'm also secretly bothered by games that have characters talking, but they give the player dialogue options that they don't actually...
Yes!
Yes!
I hate that!
Yes!
Like, I'll be like, hello, how are you doing? I feel... Like, the dialogue choice is like, I feel fine or shitty. I say, I feel fine, and like, he actually says, like, I'm having a bad day. How are you doing? And I get that all the time. It drives me nuts. I hate dialogue choice games that do that. It just pisses me off.
Yeah.
Yes. Like, if you have a dialogue choice and I pick a choice, just say the damn choice. Don't, like, change it up.
No, actually, there was a game I was playing recently. And what they would do, and this, wow, we got to focus there. Okay. What they would do. Yeah.
Is losing your vision?
No, the camera, like, screwed to the foot. Put that hand down. Put that hand down. What the game would do is they would give you the dialogue options, okay? So let's just go with yours. Say, hey, how you doing? And your choices would be I feel fine or I feel shitty. So you click on I feel fine, and apparently your character says that but silently, and then continues. But I could be better if I got your help to do this so that I could do that. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, okay, I know that you basically said silently that dialogue and then continued the talk, but why not say that itty bitty piece along with everything.
Yeah.
Speak options and other characters are responding to. Yeah.
Yeah. That's true.
Yeah.
Dialogue choices are funny in video games.
Yes.
Although I do enjoy video games that usually have dialogue choices, make things a little bit more interesting.
Absolutely.
Usually adds a little something to it.
Absolutely. Okay. I do want to mention a couple other video games real quick.
There's more?
Yes. Unfortunately, it's another game to avoid. Simply because, I don't know, maybe it's my computer or not. It's called Revolution Ace. It's a top-down shooter.
I was very sad. I was very sad to read that review.
It crashed my computer so many times.
Well, see, my problem is nothing can top Raptor Call of the Shadows.
Oh, absolutely, but nothing can.
No.
It would be like I have yet to find a game that holds that can hold up to a game that Zealeus and I played, which was freeware, called Cyberdogs.
Yep.
That was an awesome game.
True, two-person co-ops playing on the same keyboard.
Working with all the indies lately, I have a whole new respect for games with voiceover. Well, yeah, absolutely. I mean, the thing is, if you're going to have voiceover, you have to do it right. I mean, that's really what it boils down to.
Well, isn't that for every aspect of the game? If you're going to use a controller, you better use the controller mechanism.
Well, right.
If you're going to have graphics, they better not be terrible.
Look, you have to have controls. Well, no, you don't have to play. I guess, fuck it, I don't know. But
well, I'm saying we could use that argument for any aspect of
right,
the game.
but
I
know, but the thing is, voiceover is really an embellishment, a luxury to have in a game, especially if you're an indie, because it does cost a lot of money. It'd be like hiring out a music composer.
But I also think of various components of video games, and I could be totally off base here. I think voiceover acting on a scale of what gamers have rank of importance of what they like in a video game, yeah, it's close to the bottom.
Well, right, but I will put the caveat of it. It depends on the game, but vast majority of the time, the voice acting will be minimal. It'll be like, I've been shot.
It's merely a flesh wound.
Flank him, flank him, flank him. I do want to, like I said, I do want to mention a couple of games real quick. Of course, Zealeus and I have to bring this game up because it is stolen a piece of our heart, and that, of course, is Sproggiwood.
Yes, Sproggiwood will never die.
Yeah, it's on the PC. It's on the Android tablet. You got to check it out if you like randomized dungeon, turn-based grid movement. 6 characters unlockable. Is that right?
It's 5 or 6. It is 6.
Yeah, it's a solid game. Check out both of our reviews. We've got an Android review. We've got a PC review, and of course, they got amazing marks across the board.
And there's a PC playthrough.
Yes, there is a PC. Is there a PC? Oh yeah, Zealeus made a PC playthrough. If you like fun, you'll like Sproggiwood. Seriously.
Yeah, everybody
loves Sproggiwood!
There's like not a good reason not to like Sproggiwood.
I know.
It's a good game.
Yes, check out Sproggiwood. What was I going to say? Since we are getting near the 9 o'clock hour, I do want to mention a couple of things real quick. First of all, Alter Confusion is going to be at 2 more conventions this year. The first one is MonsterCon. MonsterCon is at the end of July, and it's in Gaffney, South Carolina. We'll be there with a fan table, and we'll be giving you 2 panels, our usual 2 panels. The destruction of the game industry, and of course, so you finish making your indie game and you think you're done. The second panel usually is pretty light, so if you want a serious one-on-one with us and you're going to MonsterCon, come find us and we will do some serious chit-chat with you. Mr. Humphreys, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but myself well, okay, so Alter Confusion will not be a Dragon Con in an official capacity. We once again got denied for both the fan table and both our panels. Zealeus, though, is thinking about going to Dragon Con, so there will be an Alter Confusion representative at at DragonCon if he chooses to wear the T-shirt. We will be at. I will be at Siege. I don't know if Zealeus will be. It's like the beginning of October. It is the Siege is the Georgia Game Developers Association. Kind of like when I think. Okay, so it's a convention, but it's like a learning convention. If you want to learn about game business, audio, art. Programming, very specific aspects to the process. You want to go to Siege.
Right.
It's also a great place to meet individuals. There's going to be a good amount of indies there. So if you want to bounce ideas off people's heads or maybe form a super group of awesomeness, then check out Siege. The other convention we're going to is AndoCon. AndoCon is a little bit smaller and it's a little bit different than the usual convention. AndoCon is basically more focused on the tabletop board games type deal. They're going to have some LARPing there. For those of you who know what Salon LARP is.
I don't know what that is.
Okay, Salon LARPing. Okay, so there's LARPing where you basically go out in the woods and you have a scenario.
Oh, we know LARPing.
Okay, there's also Salon LARPing, which Salon LARPing is basically they set up a room with a very specific theme, and then it's more social. You're that character. There's sometimes like a hidden agenda there that you know about. Other times it's more of a socialite type.
So it's basically a role-playing server.
Yeah,
for MMO.
Yeah.
That's what it sounds like to me.
Yeah, exactly. So AndoCon is happening. I think the second weekend in August. It's only 2 days. It's that Saturday and Sunday. I could probably look up the dates for you, or you can go to andocon.org. It's inexpensive to go there. It's going to be a lot of fun. There's a guy there named Eddie Webb who's phenomenal that everyone should meet and check out his games. His company, I believe, is called Pugmire, or maybe that's the name of his game is called Pugmire. He loves pugs.
We'll be there playing board games.
Yeah. Lots of board games.
I don't know what board games I'll play, but I'll be there playing board games.
And of course, we'll be giving our usual 2 talks there. Hooray for Sproggiwood! I can't think of any other games off the top of my head. Is there anything else we need to...
What else? I'm sure other things have happened in the video game world this week, but I don't think of them off the top of my head because, well, it's a pretty boring week.
Yes.
Yeah, I got nothing.
I love it when my phone vibrates and I have no idea where it is.
It's usually in your pocket when you feel it vibrate. I'm going to guess.
Nah.
Like, I guess it could be in your pants.
Okay.
On a lanyard in your shirt.
Okay, my pants and my pocket should be one.
Well, there's other places in your pants could be beside your pocket.
Okay, Slick. Shh.
I'm just helping out the obvious here.
Yes, I see that now. I will say this. I know that I'm probably setting myself up for failure. At Alter Confusion, I'm basically the guy who plays through and reviews almost every single game. So sometimes when I pre-order these AAA titles that I get excited about, I look back after I buy them and I'm like, son of a bitch, I never get to play them.
No!
Of course, the latest
What'd you order?
Halo 5.
It's a classic. Well, it's hopefully going to be a classic. We'll put it that way.
Yes. Smite went into open beta on Xbox One this week. Yeah, that is true. It did go into open beta. Did you get a chance to play it on the Xbox One during the Smite World Championship?
I did not, sir.
I did. There's a couple different controller schemes for you to feel comfortable with. It was pretty solid. I have it on the Xbox One. I've had it for a while. I've basically, unfortunately, every single time that I tried to play it, because I was in like closed beta, the servers were down. So I was just like, I'm getting frustrated.
I just got burnt out on Smite, and it was too competitive for my nature. It just wasn't fun.
Yeah, Zealeus, where is the Karma Flow review?
It's flowing out of my brain and going places.
Well, better come back and.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
You know, if you know someone that can get us an extra code, the reviewer can actually
play it and do a review instead of
says, "Oh man, this looks interesting. Let me try."
I did play the game. I just haven't reviewed it.
I need the review. I need the review.
I reviewed it in my brain as I played.
Fantastic. Speaking of games that need to be reviewed, and I know this is probably the wrong audience to tell us, but just in case you have any children or you know of any children that like interactive games. Yes, I know you do because it's my son, and you've got nephews as well. There's a game called. Hold on one second. It's not Crazy Cupcakes.
Hold on one second.
It's called Kids Matching. Is that really what it's called? It's by Egg Roll Games. It literally is just like color. It's colors and shapes. It's a matching game. It's awesome. My son loves it.
I know some adults who could benefit from that.
Yeah, that's true. Yes.
Should be a cognitive test to get a job. Probably not. I can bring it up, see how it goes. Yeah. Like, if you cannot pass this test, you do not deserve to be my coworker.
Yeah, I don't know how that's going to sit, especially at a Christian school.
Well, it's kind of like, if you go get a job at, like, any big retailer, you have to take those crazy personality tests. Is it really any different than that to see if you match up with their alignment of core values?
If it's a matching game, you're going to have a problem because then you're failing certain ADA.
Let's go this route. In order to get a job as a teacher, you have to have your licensing, which presumes that you've had to pass certain praxis tests, which requires a certain level of intelligence.
Fine, whatever.
I don't know.
What do you think? Okay, real quick. What does everybody think about these? There's been a movement of games as of late that, depending on either if it's on the PC or if it's on your mobile device or tablet, it's either called Click or Tap, and it literally is just.
Oh, that's an old style game, yo. Those have been around for I forget. It's actually a genre that I've played.
It's really coming back strong right now.
No, yeah, I played one about kitties about 6 months ago.
Kitties? Cats?
Yes, you build a cat.
Oh, is it the one where you basically bounce the yarn ball for the cat?
No, it's called I don't remember what it's called, but basically it's like a clickable game. You just try to you build a cat kingdom by clicking. It's awesome.
Okay.
They're cats, man. I had to play it. And it's one of those games where some games you play and you just suck in like hours and hours of your time. You get done playing, it's like, why did I play that?
I've got a game. I've got a game on my tablet. Cow Clicker. Seriously, there's a cow clicker. I'm sure there is one. There's one on Steam called Clicker Heroes.
Nice.
There's also a game on on my tablet called Tap Titans, and it does have like an RPG type of deal. I think Clicker Heroes also. What you do is the more you click, the more money you can possibly generate, and then you buy like upgrades. So it's like an RPG element. You can upgrade your character so it does more damage per click.
Can you buy like a cybergenic finger to click faster?
No. No, but I think Clicker Heroes, if you can Cookie Clicker, RPG Clicker, yes.
Cookie Clicker was like one of the originals.
Cow Clicker was made by Ian Boggers, the professor at Georgia Tech as a spoof of Farmville.
Nice.
All you did was click a cow. Yes. And you know what? It probably did amazingly well. And that's why Goat Simulator did so awesome.
Wow.
Look, we are almost to the point where we have basically circled back to Progress Quest, which literally you hit start. You hit start. You type in your character name. You give it a race. You give it a class, and then say start adventuring.
And it's in taskbar.
And it literally is just a taskbar that goes.
I used to be really into that game.
So was I. But they shut down the server that I was on.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
I mean, you could do a single player one, but what the hell? You wanted to
you gotta see the boards. You gotta see. Yeah. It's almost like the SETI thing. Then
they have the Cowpocalypse to end the game. Ha 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 ha. I'm interpreting. I'm interpreting.
Interpreting?
Yeah, I don't.
Interpreting.
Oh God!
Now you're screwing up my English.
Brain no worky no well.
Whatever.
All right, so I just looked at all the games that I play on my tablet here. Marvel Puzzle Quest, Tab Titans, Soul Hunters. Is there any other games? No. Oh wow, I've actually calmed down a little bit.
Slacker.
There's a few newer versions of Progress Quest for mobile devices. I don't think I need any more do. Okay, starting to get the jitters.
I'm worried. It's going to just start like leaking.
Ooh, yeah. If you could like upgrade Progress Quest so it's more than just a progress bar, you get to actually see a character fight other.
They have some video games like that where basically it's kind of a spoof on unlockables where you have to get a certain number of credits to be able to unlock like sound.
That's DLC Quest.
Is that what it is? And then those are.
It's like you go through the game, you complete a task, and then you have enough money to perhaps gain the ability to jump.
Yeah.
To have an upgrade in the graphics.
The one I was playing was a shoot 'em up.
Oh.
Yeah. There's probably different versions.
Oh, I'm sure there is.
Alrighty. I'm out of beer.
Oh no, Zealeus! Ah! Yes. There it is. Evoland was a great example of that type of game. You're right. Absolutely. I agree. If you could bring back a game from your past, it's called Dreeps. If you could bring back a game from your past and regain that amazing nostalgia that you once had, that amazing
Diablo.
The original, not the second one.
Because you're talking about the nostalgia of it.
Okay.
I remember Diablo. We were at Mike Coughlin's house, sitting upstairs in his house. And it was actually my version of, it was my copy of Diablo, but we put it on his computer because he's the only one who actually had a computer that could play it at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And like, you put it in, you start playing, and you start get Decker King starts talking to you.
Stay a while and listen.
And then you get that overview 3D like isometric view. And then you start going into the dungeon, into the cathedral. And remember you get to that first boss. It's that
butcher.
Yeah, and you get to the butcher, and then you get those and like as far like it's just like it really launched that genre. It just brought it into the limelight. But playing it for like the first time with like those awesome graphics at the time, and the voice that was a good example of great voice acting that really brought a game.
It was minimal, but when they voiced it, it was important, and you listened.
Yes. I mean, that's iconic. Everybody knows the whole Decker Cade thing. And it's just, that was definitely for me one of those games. It's not the best game I ever played by any stretch, but just that nostalgia factor of memories of like that first time you turn it on, you're like, holy shit. This is like something amazing.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. I agree. If we're talking about nostalgia, for better or for worse, this pissed the shit out of me, but it was also one of the like most iconic phrases that was spoken to me on too many occasions during a certain game, and that was, "You must gather your party before venturing forth." Thanks, Baldur's Gate. I understand that my entire party, well, one of my individuals in my party is a complete moron and has decided to stick himself behind a barrel. But you know what? Screw him. Leave him behind.
By the way,
need him more.
The tracking didn't really approve any in the Enhanced Edition.
Command and Conquer. Siberian Sun. Okay, so here's
the
deal.
Yes, my lord.
I
know, wrong. Same genre, different game.
Okay, Command and Conquer. See, when Command and Conquer was like huge or just coming out, I went through like a rebellious stage. I had to get like the other games. So I had KKND. Kill, Crush, and Destroy. Yes, Crush with a K. So I never got into Command and Conquer.
I felt like at a certain point, like you play a couple, I I keep on my. Thank you. I kept on saying FPS. I'm like, that's not it.
RTS.
You play enough RTSs, and it's like, okay, I played them all. I know that's not necessarily true, but at a point, you start to get the same kind of feel for all the RTSs. I'm like, okay.
Well, a lot of people fell in love with Command and Conquer because of the storyline.
It was a good storyline, yes.
Whatever happened to that studio? What was it? Westwood Studio? Was that the guys originally behind Command and Conquer?
Sounds about right.
I think they went.
It happens to a lot.
I feel like they made an RPG too, like right at the end. Oh man, Nox.
Yeah, I know. Like I said, I know that's not necessarily the same, but I just felt just that genre as a whole.
They got bought by EA, and that's
wasn't very interesting to me.
For anyone out there who understands my love of EA,
it is never ending.
There's part of me that really does not like EA because they'll buy up these studios that seem to the consumer or to the fanboy to be doing awesome, and then EA buys them, and then 2 years later they shut them down. And then of course we've got the Madden kerfuffle that I don't even want to go into. Oh, Grey Goo. Okay. Funny and sad story. I own Grey Goo. I have never loaded it up.
Oh, I have too many like that in my Steam library. It's very sad.
Yeah, but I actually installed this one.
Ooh, you made one step closer.
I have the icon on my desktop.
You're almost there, yeah.
But I've never clicked. Dude, that was like... I downloaded it when Grey Goo came out, which is, God, I don't even know anymore. It's been a while.
You can do it.
Excuse me. Let's look it up. Grey Goo. Grey Goo came out January 23rd, 2015.
Oh, that's not that long ago.
Okay, so
that's within the last year. When you say a long time ago, I'm thinking like 4 years ago.
All right, fine. You want to go all the way there? Let's see here. I've got a game that I installed. I don't know. Well, actually, you know what? I might have finally removed it off my PC. Because there was a game that I had on there. Not terrible, but not, oh my God, this is amazing! Of course, Mr. Humphreys is talking about Grey Goo. I can't remember what the game is now. But I've done that. I've literally, like, bought the game, downloaded it, put it on the PC, and it sat there forever. Actually, it's probably one of those freaking stupid summer sale bullshit.
You felt good doing it. Gave you that warm, fuzzy feeling.
You know what? This is what bothers me. When you have a game, and of course, this is just the end result of PCs having all different parts and stuff, so not everything's going to be compatible. But when you have those games that are a little bit older,
yeah,
and then you get it in a Steam sale, and you're like, oh, this thing's really cool, and oh, Lichdom Battle Mage. Oh, Xaviant. I pour one out for you. No, I'm actually not going to pour it out for you. I'm just going to drink.
You did play Lichdom, didn't you?
I got really pissed off at it. A lot. It seemed like an interesting idea, but
I think I remember watching it.
Way too complex. And was way too ambitious for basically the first project for a studio. Mm. Which, sometimes you got to fly high in order to make it big.
Or you could go so high you just end up crashing and burning into the mountains.
You could pull, it's the Icarus effect, okay? You flew too close to the sun, and you got burnt. You could do the high-res deal, where you basically do global agenda, and then you do tribes, and then you go with Smite, and then you basically say, we're not going to deal with these other two games that we first had. We're just going to do Smite.
Yeah, that's pretty much.
Which look, there's always that rumor that Global Agenda 2.0 is out there.
Woo!
Somewhere.
Lies.
Somewhere out there. But it's all about Smite. So yes, Lichdom, Battle Mage. I did play that. I did have that on my computer for a while. But going back, if the thing that bothers me is sometimes, I get suckered into one of those Steam sales.
Yep. And
then I buy the game and I'm like, ooh, this seems really cool. Then I try to play it, and it either, like, the graphics just for some reason do not work. It's just trash. Like, I was like, oh look, it's the Space Quest collection. I love that from my youth. Let's play it. And it's all like, I know the graphics are old, but everything's like green.
But guess what? You can return it now.
Oh God, I don't know if that's going to be a good thing or a bad thing. I can't decide yet. Now I understand that Steam is going to be watching how many times you've returned games, and if you return too many games, they're going to literally cut off your ability to return. So you can't just like play a game, return, play a game, return, play a game, return, because they're going to be like, no, this is not a rental service.
But in terms of your one about the game is green, it's no different than returning a TV that you brought home and ended up being broken to me.
It would be no different than the TV that I bought in Orlando that when you turned it on for the first 3 minutes, it went, ooh.
Yeah. So in that regard, I think it's the same. And in that regard, presuming that when people return it, it's because it's legitimately broken or something's not right with it versus, like you say, the rental service. You have 2 hours of game time that you can return it.
Yeah. Well, but the thing is, I'm going to be honest with you, there's quite a few games out there that cost you a pretty penny that I can get through in under 2 hours.
And that's where they'll watch for you. I mean, that's what they'll watch for, I think, is that.
Because there's, and for better or for worse, a lot of them are indie games, and they've put so much time into trying to make it pretty that they don't have any long content. I'm thinking of a game called Reversion, which seemed cool, but was literally every single is episodic. Every single chapter was 45 minutes. No joke, 45 minutes. And that's not me trying to fly through the game. If I was trying to fly through the game, I probably could have done it faster, but I was trying to do as much as possible. Yeah, exactly. The time to get through an indie game is small. I mean, there's a lot of indie games do not have that length. So when it's under 2 hours, then I mean, that could absolutely crush an independent developer.
So we'll see how it goes. See how the whole thing goes eventually.
Yeah. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have now reached our hour and 15-minute marker, which means that officially we are done with the recorded section of the Ultra Confusion Thursday Night Hangout. Of course, if you want to stick around, you that are watching it live want to stick around, we'll, of course, continue to stream, or I will stream, depending on the situation. But I do want to wrap up the recorded part. So thank you for tuning in to the Ultra Confusion Thursday Night Hangout. For myself, Charlie, and Zealeus, it's been a pleasure to give you the craziness coming of our minds. And, of course, thank you to the audience for helping steer the conversation into interesting directions.
Remember, kids, keep on gaming in the free world.
Amen to that, brother.